Hello, we meet again to discuss an interesting and practical topic: Stoicism. Have you ever wondered if your life is truly fulfilled? Or if you are learning valuable lessons from seemingly small things every day? Stop for a moment and ask yourself, am I living up to my potential? Today, we will not talk about far-fetched things or complicated theories. Instead, I will share with you 10 Stoic habits that you can apply right away to make your life stronger, more self-reliant, and more meaningful. Don't worry, these are not difficult things, but simple but effective steps. Once you start practicing, you will find yourself not only changing but also becoming more stable in life. And you know what? I don't just want you to listen and nod in agreement, but challenge yourself right now. Scroll down and share in the comments below a habit you're going to commit to today. Oh, and if you have any funny stories about adopting these habits, don't be shy about sharing them. Who knows, it might make everyone laugh and learn something? Let's get started. 1. Start small. Have you ever wondered why your big goals remain just dreams? Is it because they're too far away, too difficult to start? In fact, we often get overwhelmed by the magnitude of our goals and tell ourselves that we'll start when we have enough time, when we have enough conditions. But that only makes you procrastinate and never move forward. Stop for a moment and think. Why not start small? Remember, a majestic castle is also built from small bricks. A little bit every day, but regularly. That's the power of small steps. If you want to read more, don't force yourself to read a whole book in a week. Instead, commit to reading 1 page a day. Just 1 page, and you'll be amazed at how far you've come. This little habit isn't just about reading. It can be applied to every aspect of your life. Want to exercise? Start by walking for 5 minutes a day. Want to save money? Start by saving 1,000 VND a day. Small steps, but surely will get you there. Just like building a house, each small brick is the foundation for a solid foundation. Small habits will make a big difference in your life. Remember, it's not how much you do, but how consistently you do it every day. Make small things a daily habit, and you'll see yourself progressing little by little. Don't let the size of your goal intimidate you. Instead, break it down into smaller steps and start with the smallest steps. This will not only get you closer to your goal, but it will also give you a sense of accomplishment and motivation to keep going. Because every time you complete a small task, you will feel a sense of accomplishment and motivation to continue. Think about walking a long distance. You will never be able to walk all the way if you keep looking at the distant destination. But if you focus on each step, one by one day, you will realize that you have come a long way. The same goes for life. Start with small things, and you will see your life gradually become richer and more meaningful. Finally, ask yourself, am I ready to start with small things? If the answer is yes, then starting today, choose a small action that you can do every day and turn it into a habit. You will find that your life will change in ways you never expected. And don't forget, whenever you feel discouraged, remember that all great things start from small things. 2. Don't let worry control you. Have you ever wondered why worry can control your life? Have you noticed that sometimes it's worrying that takes away your precious energy and time? We worry about things that may never happen, and worry becomes a shadow that weighs on our minds, preventing us from living each moment to the fullest. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, once said, "If you are distressed by anything outside yourself, it is not the thing itself that causes you distress, but your judgment of it." Yes, it is the way you perceive and judge things that is the real cause of anxiety, not the external events. Worry is not a solution. It is just a negative psychological reaction that paralyzes you and prevents you from taking action. Think about this. Have you ever been so worried that you couldn't sleep? Worrying about an important presentation, a meeting with your boss, or even the little things in your life? But then when it passes, you realize that what you were worried about didn't happen at all. Or if it did, it wasn't as bad as you imagined. So why waste your energy on things that haven't happened yet or probably won't happen at all? Worry is like a big black shadow, clouding your vision, making it impossible for you to see reality clearly. But guess what? That shadow only exists in your mind. It has no real power to control your life, unless you let it. Instead of letting worry take control, Stand up and take action. Tell yourself, I am not a victim of this pointless worry. The best way to get rid of worry is to face it. Sit down, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, is this worry really necessary? Is it a true reflection of reality, or is it just a product of negative thoughts in your head? You will realize that most of your worries are unfounded, and they only take away your peace of mind. Mindfulness is also a powerful tool for relieving anxiety. Take a few minutes every day to calm down, listen to yourself, and focus on the present. As you learn to live fully in each moment, you will find that anxiety gradually disappears, giving way to peace and serenity. So, don't let anxiety control you. Get up, take action, and take control of your life. As Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not over external events. Realize this, and you will find power. Find power within yourself, and you will find that life becomes much lighter and more meaningful. Number 3, create a clear routine. Do you ever feel like your days are passing by in a vacuum? That no matter how much you do, you are not achieving the important goals in life? This is not a matter of ability or effort, but a matter of structure and habit. A life without a clear routine is like an unfinished painting, without focus, without clarity. Seneca, a famous Stoic philosopher, once said, "Life without design is erratic." This means that if you do not create a clear routine for yourself, you will be swept away by the flow of chaos and disorientation. You will be spinning in an endless spiral, without knowing where you are going and what you need to do. Habits are not just actions you repeat every day, but also how you structure your life. Imagine a day without a plan, without a routine. You wake up without knowing what you're going to do next, letting the day pass by meaninglessly. On the other hand, if you have a clear routine, you'll know what to do, when, and you'll feel like your life has order and purpose. So how do you create a clear routine? First, identify the time of day when you feel most productive. Are you a morning person or an evening person? Use that time to do the most important things. For example, if you're a morning person, spend the first few hours after waking up doing tasks that require high concentration and creativity. This could be writing, planning your day, or learning a new skill. Routines not only help you be more productive, but they also help you maintain balance in your life. Incorporate spiritually nourishing activities into your daily routine, such as reading, exercising, or spending time with family and friends. These activities will not only help you maintain peace of mind, but will also enrich your life. The most important thing is consistency. A habit is only as good as the amount of time you spend doing it every day. Stick with it, even when you feel tired or distracted. Remember, success doesn't come from big actions, it comes from small, consistent steps every day. Challenge yourself. Starting today, create a clear routine for your life. It could be anything from spending 10 minutes a day meditating to exercising for 30 minutes every morning. Make these habits an integral part of your life, and you'll find yourself becoming more productive, more balanced, and happier. Before, tell yourself to stop. Have you ever found yourself stuck in a bad habit, knowing full well that it's hurting you, still unable to stop? Imagine you are a commander, commanding your army on the battlefield. If you cannot command a halt when necessary, you will lose control, and the whole army will go down the wrong path, with unpredictable consequences. Your body and your thoughts are like an army that needs to be commanded. If you do not command yourself to stop when you know something is wrong, you will let bad habits take over and destroy everything you are trying to build. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, once said, "You have power over your mind, not over external events." Realize this, and you will find power. This means that you have complete control over your thoughts and actions. You are not a victim of bad habits. The commander, the one in charge. Take a look at your life. Are there any bad habits that are holding you back? It could be an unhealthy diet, procrastination habit, or spending too much time on social media. Don't think that quitting a bad habit is too difficult. Sometimes, just one decisive decision can change your whole life. Think about the story of Dwight D. Eisenhower, one of the most powerful presidents of the United States. He used to smoke 4 packs of cigarettes a day, a very harmful habit, but when his doctor warned him that if he didn't quit, he would face serious health consequences, Eisenhower made a decisive decision. He ordered himself to stop immediately, without hesitation, without delay, and from that moment on, he became the true commander of his life. You can do the same. Order yourself to stop today. No need to wait until tomorrow. No need to wait for the situation to get worse. You can absolutely take back control and freedom from bad habits. Ask yourself, what is holding me back? What is harming me that I need to stop right now? Stopping is not just about stopping doing something bad, but also about understanding why you do it and finding better ways to meet your needs and desires without harming yourself. Replace bad habits with good ones by doing things that bring meaning and value to your life. Challenge yourself right now. Choose a bad habit that you will stop today. Feel free to share in the comments below. This is the first step to truly becoming the commander of your life. Remember, your actions today will determine your life tomorrow. Be strong and start right now. 5. Free up precious resources. Have you ever wondered why you always feel like you don't have enough time to accomplish the things that really matter? Do you ever find yourself spending all day doing things that don't matter, only to realize at the end of the day that you haven't accomplished anything of significance? Time is the most precious resource we have, but we often waste it on useless things. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, once said, "We don't have too little time, but we waste a lot of it." Indeed, the problem is not that we don't have enough time, but that we use our time unwisely. Did you know that every minute you spend on meaningless things is a minute you have wasted? Things like scrolling through social media, watching useless news, or spending too much time on unnecessary conversations are all time thieves that we need to eliminate. Take a look at how you spend your time in a day. How many hours do you actually spend doing things that add value to your life? You might be surprised to find that a lot of your time is wasted on things that don't matter. And if you don't realize this, you'll be forever caught in a cycle of busyness that doesn't accomplish anything. But awareness is not enough. What is important is that you take action. Be decisive in cutting back on unnecessary things. This does not mean that you have to completely cut yourself off from the outside world, but that you should choose how you spend your time more wisely. Instead of mindlessly surfing the web, spend that time on things that really matter. Reading, studying, or spending time with people you love. When you begin to realize the true value of your time, you will automatically find ways to optimize. You will learn to say no to unnecessary things and say yes to important things. Remember, every time you say yes to something insignificant, you are indirectly saying no to something important. So how do you get started? Start by reevaluating your daily activity. Write down everything you do for a week and take a hard look at what really adds value to your life and what is just a waste of your time. Then, start eliminating the unnecessary things and focus on what really matters. Finally, remember, you are the only one who has the power to decide how you spend your time. Become the master of your time, and you will find that your life will become much richer and more meaningful. Ask yourself, am I using my time wisely? If the answer is no, then it's time to make a change. 6. Do the hard things. Have you ever wondered why we often avoid the hard things in life? Why do we often choose the easier, safer path, knowing that it may not get us anywhere? Then one day, we look back and realize that we have missed many opportunities to grow and become stronger. You know, not all challenges are as scary as we imagine. Sometimes it is the difficult things that open the door for us to discover the true strength within ourselves. Seneca, one of the great philosophers of Stoicism, once said, "Difficulties are not meant to break us, but to test us." He once jumped into the icy water not to swim or challenge himself physically, but to assert his mastery over himself. It is a testament to the fact that facing difficulties is not simply overcoming a specific challenge, but also asserting our control over things that seem impossible. So why don't we dare to do difficult things? Sometimes we choose the easy path just because it doesn't require much effort, doesn't make us feel scared or worried. But think about it. If all you do is what comes easy, how can you become a better version of yourself? How can you discover the hidden strength you never knew you had? Imagine if you started waking up an hour earlier every day, taking cold showers every morning to strengthen your willpower, or standing in front of a crowd to speak your mind. At first, these things may make you feel uncomfortable, scared, or even want to give up. But remember, the important thing is not the challenge itself, but the fact that you push your limits. Marcus Aurelius, a famous Roman emperor and philosopher, said, "The things we fear are often the things we need most to grow." When you dare to face difficult things, you not only survive, but also grow stronger. In those difficult moments, you will discover your true potential, realize that you can do more than you ever thought. You know, if life were all about easy things, how could we grow? Challenge yourself, embrace difficulties with an optimistic and determined spirit. You will find that not only will you become stronger, but you will also feel joy and pride in overcoming what you once thought was impossible. So are you ready to take on new challenges in life? Don't let fear hold you back anymore. Step out of your comfort zone, do difficult things, and let those challenges lead you to a stronger and more resilient version of yourself. Remember, only when you dare to do difficult things will you truly live, truly survive, and grow stronger. Start today. 7. Surround yourself with people who make you better. Have you ever wondered why you haven't achieved your big goals in life, despite your constant efforts? You may be overlooking an important factor. People you surround yourself with every day. That's right. Our surroundings are more powerful than we think. The people you spend time with are the ones you become. Epictetus, one of the famous Stoic philosophers, once said, "If you want to improve, be willing to appear a fool to others." This quote implies that sometimes, in order to progress, we need to separate ourselves from our familiar habits and environments, and that can make us feel lost. But you know what? It's an integral part of the growth process. Take a look at your life right now. Are the people around you inspiring you or holding you back? If you're always around negative people, people who complain about everything, are never satisfied with life, and have no motivation to change, then you'll gradually pick up on that mindset too. You'll find that you start complaining, start finding things difficult, and gradually you'll lose the excitement and enthusiasm you once had. So what should you do? Be brave in choosing your life companions. Seek out like-minded people who are always striving to improve themselves, always aiming higher, and constantly growing. Remember, you don't have to avoid negative people completely, but be proactive in seeking out and connecting with people who will help you grow. Join discussion groups on topics that interest you, be it philosophy, books, business, or anything that will enrich your mind and soul. Don't be afraid to debate, don't be afraid to challenge each other on ideas, as only then can you grow. The right companions will not only help you overcome difficulties, but also push you to surpass yourself, reaching new heights you never thought possible. Remember, a tree can only thrive when it is planted in fertile soil. Your environment is that soil. Would you rather live in a dry environment where everything is exhausted? Or would you rather create a fertile soil for yourself where growth is inevitable? When you surround yourself with positive, energetic, and perfection-oriented people, you will find that you not only grow, but also surpass your previous limitations. And you will realize that sometimes the biggest change in life does not come from personal effort, from choosing the right companion. Step out of your comfort zone, find people who make you better, and together, you will conquer any challenge in life. 8. Embrace change. Have you ever felt a surge of fear in your heart when faced with change? Perhaps it is when you realize that you are standing at a crossroads, where everything familiar suddenly becomes strange. Change can feel like a big wave, crashing down on you, leaving you reeling, not knowing what to do. But you know, resisting change is like trying to ride the wave against the current. The result can only be failure and exhaustion. Instead, try changing your perspective now. Don't see change as a threat, but as an opportunity to grow, to move forward. Think of Marcus Aurelius, the great Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher. He once said, "Change is a part of life. Our life is what our thoughts make of it." By fearing change, you not only close the door to new opportunities, but you also trap yourself in a cycle of comfort and stagnation. You know, life really begins where your comfort zone ends. It's time to step out of your comfort zone and try something new. It could be a new hobby, a career move, or even a completely different way of thinking. Put yourself in situations you've never been in before to discover hidden possibilities you may never have known existed. Instead of worrying about what could go wrong, ask yourself, what's the best thing that could happen? Don't let the fear of the unknown hold you back. Instead, embrace change with open arms. Remember, you are not a victim of your circumstances. You decide how you respond to challenges and change. Just like learning to ride a wave, you need to learn to be flexible and adaptable so you don't get tossed around. Don't try to fight what can't be changed, but learn to ride it to move you forward. As Epictetus, a famous Stoic philosopher, once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that really counts." Life is not a straight line, but a series of steps forward and backward, up and down. That is the natural rhythm of life. So why not challenge yourself today? Embrace change as a natural part of life, as a companion, not an enemy. This way, you will turn every new challenge into an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. Remember, life is constantly changing, and so should you. Don't let fear hold you back. Step up and face the waves of life, because it is in those challenging moments that you truly discover your true strength and abilities. 9. Say no to unnecessary things. Have you ever sat down and asked yourself, each day that passes, are you doing what is really necessary? Or are you still caught up in things that are not worth it? Things that keep you busy but do not bring you closer to your goals? If you have ever felt like that, then it is time for you to learn to say no to unnecessary things. Marcus Aurelius, the famous emperor and philosopher of Stoicism, once said, "Most of what we do is unnecessary." He didn't just say it, he lived it, cutting out anything that didn't serve his larger purpose. And guess what? You can do it too. Start by sitting down and evaluating your current commitments. From work to relationships to personal pleasures, are they really adding value to your life? Be honest with yourself. Which commitments are helping you grow and which are simply wasting your time? This is where you need to practice the art of saying no. It may sound easy, but the truth is that we often have a hard time saying no to requests, opportunities, and invitations. But remember, every time you say yes to something insignificant, you are indirectly saying no to something important. This doesn't mean you are being aloof or useless. On the contrary, you are protecting your time and energy for the things that really matter. Think about it. Life is like a backpack that we carry on our backs every day. Do we choose to stuff it with worthless pebbles or with items that are truly essential for our journey? By eliminating the unnecessary, you not only lighten your load, but also free up space and mental strength to focus on the things that really matter. So are you ready to turn this equation upside down? Start today. Learn to say no to distractions, to useless conversations, to time-wasting habit. Instead, save your yes for meaningful activities and goals that truly enrich your life. And here's a challenge for you. Right after reading this, write down one unnecessary thing that you will say no to, starting today. Don't hesitate to share it with everyone in the comments below. Let's create a community of people who know how to say no at the right time, so that our lives become lighter, more focused, and more meaningful. Are you ready to accept this challenge? I believe you can do it. 10. Get back on track after a fall. Have you ever told yourself that you have to be perfect, that every step you take must be sure, and that you can't make mistakes? Stop for a moment and think, is there anyone in this world who hasn't fallen? In fact, there is no one. Marcus Aurelius, one of the pioneers of Stoicism, once said, "Failure is not a bad thing. Is just part of our journey to maturity." When you fail, it is not how many times you fall, but how willing you are to get up and keep going. In the journey of self-improvement, failure is inevitable. We all have days when things don't go as planned, when we feel discouraged or lose motivation. But it is in those moments that the Stoic spirit really shines. Remember, failure is not the end. It is just a part of the journey. When you miss a workout, falter in your resolve, or feel like you are not accomplishing everything you had hoped, don't beat yourself up too much. Instead, ask yourself, what did I learn from this time? And keep going. This may sound simple, but this persistence is the key to not getting stuck in the feeling of failure. One of the most valuable things that Stoicism teaches us is resilience. Each time you bounce back from a setback, you not only become stronger, but also learn more about yourself. You will realize that failure is not something to be feared. Rather, it is an opportunity to train your spirit and strengthen your belief in your ability. See every fall as a lesson, an opportunity to learn more about yourself and grow from it. When you miss a workout, diet incorrectly, or falter in your resolutions, don't see it as a failure, but as an integral part of the growth process. The key is how you respond to these failures. Do you blame yourself or acknowledge the slip-up and gently get yourself back on track? Adopt this approach, self-compassion and perseverance. Each time you get back on track, you reinforce your recovery habit, celebrating your ability to get back into rhythm, no matter how many times you may have lost it. Remember that it's not about perfection, it's about progress and the constant journey back to what matters. And if you find yourself telling yourself that you're not strong enough, remember that strength isn't the ability to never fall. It's the ability to get back up every time you fall. This is true not only for physical challenges, but also for mental and spiritual ones. Remind yourself that you have the right to fall, but you also have a responsibility to yourself. Get back up. As we move forward into 2024, let's carry the essence of these Stoic practices with us, not just as concepts, but as daily actions that shape our lives. Remember that the journey to discipline, resilience, and serenity is not just about understanding Stoicism, but about living each day as a new canvas, and your actions are the strokes that paint the portrait of your life. So start your day by choosing a simple practice. Maybe it's a moment of reflection in the morning, or an act of kindness, and see how it transforms your world. Your feedback and transformation story are the fuel that keeps this journey alive and growing together. Let's explore this path, continuous growth, and share our experiences, shaping not only our own lives, but also inspiring those around us. Thank you for joining us on this Stoic journey. Let's continue to walk this path with determination and perseverance. Good luck, and we'll see you in the next videos, where we'll explore more habits and tips to help you live a more meaningful and fulfilling life. Thank you for watching. If you found the content useful, please leave a comment and share your thoughts. Do you know anything about Stoicism, or have any experiences you'd like to share? We'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future videos. I'd love to take a moment to express my deep gratitude to all of you for your incredible support and encouragement. Your continuous support has made me feel truly grateful and motivated me every day. I cannot express enough how important your support has been to me and how it has helped me overcome many difficulties. I am so appreciative and grateful that you have always been such loyal and amazing viewers. Thank you all for always being there for me and cheering me on endlessly.